Okay, challengers, welcome to your first set of workout skills. Here they come, a little demo for you. The first one is one leg squats, so let me grab my dumbbells. If you have dumbbells, great. If you don't, you can do these without dumbbells. We're going to cross one leg over the other, get your balance, and try to sit as low as you can into each leg, each repetition of each leg, and dumbbell curls come right up to your shoulders and all the way down. Try to do one set of 12 on each leg, and then see if you can repeat that all the way through. So we're trying to get 12 each, 2 times through. That is one leg squats. Your second exercise is step-ups, weighted step-ups. I'm going to grab my bench. Make sure you have a secure platform, and that when you step up, your knee doesn't come beyond your hip. So this is a good size platform for me. I'm going to ask you to hold something that's heavy. I'm going to step up out of your vision line, but you get the idea. It's whatever foot leads, and back down with the same foot 12 times through on each leg, and when you've finished, go right to the other leg if you can. Try to get your whole foot on the platform, and keep in mind this is going to be cardiovascular. In other words, your heart rate's going to get up, and you're going to get a little out of breath. It's good for you. Builds character. Okay, next exercise with a stability ball, if you have one, or a bench or a chair. I'm going to angle my butt out of your way here. Hopefully you can see me. We're going to put our heels on the ball or the bench and our back and shoulders on the floor. So, going down. Make sure your knees stay bent, up over your hips, no flesh on the ball, just your heels. Hands can go by your side, or if you want, they can go straight up. This will make it more challenging. I'm going to do this so I don't fall. And squeezing your thighs and your glutes, we're going to lift up and lower down. If you find that too easy, go ahead and take one leg off the ground and do one leg at a time. These are much more challenging, so feel free to do 6 on each leg, 2 times through. Okay, so our goal is 2 sets of 12. Rest a little bit if you need to. If you feel like you're getting a cramp in your hamstring, give it a little break, go to the other leg, and then come back. Okay? The next exercise also done with a ball or a pillow. If you have only a pillow, that's fine. It's called the ball toss. You're going to give yourself a little room up and overhead, and we're going to throw the ball up as high as you can without hitting your ceiling, and catch it between your insteps. Little hand-eye coordination, and definitely a good inner thigh workout. 2 sets of 12. Okay? Our next exercise, let me peek at our sheet, is one arm rows with your belly. It says across the Bosu, but do a ball or a bench or a chair. And I'm going to come right at you here. I'm going to put my belly on the ball, and I'm going to reach for my hand weight. And I would like you to get your feet off the ground if you can. So we're bouncing without our feet touching the ground. Makes it more difficult, makes your core do a little bit more work. We're going to row with one arm, and then the other arm. And it is a great balance challenge as well as a back exercise. If you find it too difficult to balance, go ahead and put your toes down and do one arm and then the other. If you can't do your balance quite yet, but you want a bigger challenge, bring the ball a little forward, anchor your toes, and we'll do both arms together. That is a lot more difficult on your back, so be careful how much weight you use. It uses your lats, but also uses your low back quite a bit. So if you do decide to do both arms together, make sure you're aware of your weight, okay? The weight you're using. The next thing on your list, I believe, is seated cable rows. So, if you don't have access to a gym with a cable pulley machine, we're going to make one out of the equipment you have. Hopefully you have some tubing. If you don't, it's not too difficult or too expensive to get a hold of it. And we're going to take our tubing and wrap it, if you can see the bottom of my feet, we're going to wrap it around the bottom of our feet or around the legs of a stable chair or door handle. You can row up high, you can row from down low, it doesn't matter. Okay, I have this around my feet in case you can't see it, and I'm crisscrossing my handles. It makes it a little snugger. I'm pushing outward with both of my legs to keep my inner thighs and outer thighs engaged, and I'm going to row right into my rib cage, pushing my elbows as far back as possible, and release it slowly. So it's a rowing motion, just like you're rowing a rowboat. Our elbows go behind our body, our thumbs come right up to our rib cage or our armpits. We do not shrug our shoulders. Avoid shrugging your shoulders. Keep your upper neck area and head area relaxed. Okay? Seated cable rows, 2 sets of 12. So 12 repetitions, 2 times through. You can rest a little bit in between and just kind of give your back a quick stretch. Okay? I think our next exercise is reverse push-ups. No, sorry. Dumbbell pullovers on the ball. So you can use 1 hand weight or 2. I'm going to use 2 because these are fairly light. And I'm going to turn my body so you can see my feet might go out of the picture, but I want you to see my head, neck, and shoulders. And you can do this across a bench, a chair, or this stability ball. I'm going to walk forward till my head, neck, and shoulders are supported on the ball. Arms are going to go up. I'm going to keep my elbows soft, but they're fairly straight. I'm not deliberately bending them. And they stay at whatever angle I choose right here throughout the whole exercise. Dumbbell pullovers, our weights go back till the soft tissue in our elbow is beside our head and straight back up and overhead. Okay, notice my hips, if you can see them, are up. They're nice and strong through my core. And my weights aren't touching. That's making each of my arms work independently. Okay, so each side of my back is doing its own pulling over. Okay, so if you could please, 12 repetitions, 2 times through, 2 sets of 12. Our next on the list is called reverse push-ups. And what we're going to do, let's get our equipment out of the way. We're going to full push-up position. So hands, balls of our feet. And we're going to go down nice and stable. So we're going to avoid a piped up butt or a dropped belly. We're going to hold our bodies nice and stable. We're going down chest, belly, then thighs. If you'd like, lift your heels, push yourself back up, and continue 12 times through. If you can, and especially guys that are in the program and have good upper body strength already, we're going to go down and hover above the floor, hold for a second, and push back up. Please don't be in a hurry to wrap out those push-ups. I'd like you to go nice and slow with good control. Push-ups can be very difficult, especially for women, so if you need to chop that down to 3 sets of 4 or 4 sets of 3, or 2 sets of 6 and take a little rest in between, that's fine. Discomfort in your wrists or your elbows, do smaller sets but still do them because those will get stronger. A little discomfort is okay. Sharp shooting pain is not okay. So stop and find the difference between those two. Okay? Alright, next exercise is bench dips, followed immediately by kickbacks, I think. Let me check my sheet. No, more exciting than that. The next is kneeling on the ball and doing some more bicep curls. So, kneeling on the ball is tricky. It takes a little practice, but I'm going to have you set yourself up by a wall so that you have a little stabilization practice. So all you have to do is separate your hands, put one shin on the ball. You're going to come a little more forward than you think you should have to, and if you need the wall, you go ahead and hold on to it. Okay? You're going to need your dumbbells close by, especially when you get good at this, and we're going to come up to the ball in the kneeling position. I'm going to grab my dumbbells. You don't have to use them, but you can. I'd like you to eventually. Oops, don't fall off your ball. Okay, so once you have hold of your dumbbells, you're going to come up to kneeling position. If you need to hold on to the wall and just do one arm at a time, that's fine. If you can, let go. Okay, get your stabilization. And we're going to do 12 controlled dumbbell curls. Try not to be in a hurry to get the curls done. Part of the whole thing is learning to stabilize on the ball while you're moving. If you've had enough bicep curling from your one-leg squats, you can feel free to do upright rows, or if you'd like, if you prefer, you can do lateral raises, but do them slow with good control, mindful of your form. Okay? When you get off the ball, try to always roll back to your feet. Be aware of how close you are to the wall so you don't crash into it. Okay, so bench dips with kickbacks. I'm going to pull my bench up one more time for us. And you can use a chair, of course. You just need a surface that you can sit on and place your palms on. So we are going to walk our feet out. I know my feet might go out of the picture here. Elbows go behind you, and you come down to your arms are parallel to the ground, no lower. And you don't even have to go that low if you don't want to, and push back up. So we're going to try to do 12 in a row. If that's too difficult, again, feel free to do 4 sets of 3, 3 sets of 4, 2 sets of 6, however you can get to 12. If you need a bigger challenge, I would invite you to put your feet up on another surface like a chair. A ball is the hardest because it's unstable. You can certainly do that. And you can do your bench dips with your feet off the floor and on an unstable surface. Makes it a little more challenging for those of you who just love the challenge. But however you do your dips, do your 12, immediately followed by kickback. So before you take a big rest or a drink of water, put one arm down, grab your dumbbell, kick all the way back and into your armpit. 12 times on the right. Don't forget also 12 times on the left. And then take your break, your rest, and see if you can go through it one more time. Okay? Those can be a little difficult, like push-ups. These muscles, our triceps, sometimes our chest gets tired a little bit more easily than our other larger muscles. So do the best you can. Okay, we need to now do our last 2 exercises, which are abdominals or core exercise. I'm going to push our bench out of the way, out of the picture here. And if you have a stability ball, you're going to grab it for rollouts. I'm going to turn my body so you can see me from the side a little bit. Rollouts designed to work our core similar to the infomercials, the old ab roller infomercials. So I'd like you to place your fingers on the ball and then roll down to your palms so your feet come up and you're nice and strong. Notice a straight line from my shoulders to my hips to my knees. I'm not going to be sticking my butt in and out. We're going to keep that straight line that keeps the integrity of our core, and we're going to roll all the way out and all the way back. Okay? It's not a real big movement, but it engages our abdominals and our stabilizers in our back. If you're really good at this and it feels really easy, go ahead and put one hand behind your back and do one arm. As you come up, I'm going to encourage you to switch every time because that can be really challenging on your shoulders. Okay? So one arm at a time, 12 times through if you'd like. All right. Our final exercise or our final skill in this program is called double leg stretches. And again, I'm going to give myself a little room here. You need to be able to stretch out completely from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers. So go ahead and, I can do it this way. My hands and my legs are going to be slightly off the floor. And I'm going to tuck my knees into my chest, bring my nose to my knees, and then extend everything back out off the floor if possible. Okay, so we're not touching the floor at all. Lengthen out and tuck in, curling as best you can. If your neck gets tired, place one hand behind your head for extra support of your neck, and continue just one arm and both legs. Okay? That is a quick run through of this session's strength training program. Email me if you have any questions at pam@pamgeesey.com. Have a great workout. Don't forget, 2 to 3 times a week going to make a huge difference in your muscle mass, in your energy burning capabilities, your metabolic age, and all of the factors that contribute to great health. Have a healthy day, everyone.